Here goes. Don't underestimate. Yeehaw!
I can still fight. Not this time.
As swift as a snake. So that's your weakness. What to do?
Allow me. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. How's this? Who's next? I still have much to learn. Friends. How's this? Good. I still have much.
Ready? Bring it on.
Can still fight. I fight for my friends. How's this? Who's next? How's this? How's this? I fight for my friends. How's this? Who's next? For the pride of coup. Not. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
Hello, and welcome, travelers. Today I'm going to be sharing my Elemental God Hikari build. Okay, he's got many names. So, before you guys even start doing all this, keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is endgame, and you're going to have to acquire a lot of different potency elemental weapons to pump out some of these numbers that you've been seeing. So let me get into the party that I recommend you guys to have. And that would be Throne, Particio, and Temenos. Mostly just Throne and Temenos. Particio is an extra cherry on the top just because he can get full BP at the very start. And then he could just transfer whatever skills he wants to transfer. Now, the reason why I recommend Throne and Temenos, now I know all my subscribers already know this, but this is for the new people, is because at nighttime they give a buff. Throne gives a physical attack buff, an elemental buff, and speed buff during night, and then Temenos gives debuffs on the enemies during night. So let's get on into their support skills. So, on Throne, I'm just using more rare monsters so I can encounter stuff quicker. And I'm using Step Ahead and Full Power. You don't need deal more damage. Not for this setup. Because she's not doing anything. She's not doing any damage, really. Then for Hikari, now this is for pretty much everything. I haven't changed anything on... like all the clips that you saw, this was the same exact support skills, which is Boost Art, A Step Ahead, of Equal Might, and Deal More Damage. Now what Equal Might does is it equalizes your physical attack and elemental attack when you equip characters to whichever value is higher. This does not include attribute raising by equipment. So basically, if you have a lot more physical attack, it's just going to bring that over and basically balance it out on your elemental. So what I did is I pumped a lot of physical nuts on this guy, and that way I could just use a Equal Might and it'll transfer and balance out my elemental attack. So that way you know, I have a lot more elemental. It's pretty nice. So, so if you guys have been dumping a lot of physical nuts into Hikari, you can pretty much still make a elemental attack build with just this right here. So, Particio is going to have a step ahead as well. He doesn't need peak performance, you can just take that off. He doesn't need deal more damage, you can take that off too. But he's going to need full power and step ahead. Those are the only two. And then Temenos is just, all he really needs is a step ahead. I don't have it on him at this second because this was a different save. So, but normally he would have step ahead. It depends on the situation because I use Temenos as a conjurer when I'm doing the pursuit build, which I'll get into a little bit, but he usually has the job conjurer, which I think he still has. Yeah, he's got conjurer because he'll transfer over a wind buff to everybody. That way Hikari can capitalize on his wind damage, which I'll get into pretty soon. But usually Particio will be the dancer, or I'll switch him off into the cleric depending on what I'm doing, and I'll get into that a little bit. But Hikari's always gonna have Arm Master, so he can swap out weapons, because you're gonna need a wide variety of weapons to get these elemental damage to really get boosted a lot. And then Throne is gonna have the Inventor, because she can use what's that skill called again? Critical Scope. Yeah, because it says turn all damage dealt to the single foe into critical damage, but it doesn't say that it actually increases your crit damage. So this is extra nice for pumping out a little bit more DPS. It's actually quite a bit, actually. So Crit Scope is pretty recommended if you want to boost some of that lower end scaling elemental attacks. This will get it up there a little bit. Plus she can use elemental bomb bottle to break a little bit of shields too as well. So he's probably seen that at the start. You'll notice that. But yeah, that's what she was doing. So let's get on into the gear. I will start with I guess I'll just leave this right here. This is for my windswept move. So with my windswept move, actually, is that how you actually say it? What is this? Oh yeah, windswept slash. So I guess I'll go into this build a little bit. So this is a skill that I'm gonna show you guys real quick. It's just windswept slash. And basically, Hikari is gonna need the battle-tested blade for physical potency, tornado glaive. She's gonna need Moon Eater, tornado bow, and giant's club. Then you're gonna need some. Actually, I don't even think I need these anymore because I'm already capped on. Yeah, I'm capped on elemental, so I don't need those anymore. So that's good. You're gonna need Finisher's Claws and Elpion's Amulet. And depending if I'm versing regular, like just random mobs, I will actually switch out Finisher's Claws because not every monsters are going to be weak against wind. So I will actually swap that out with Fang of Ferocity to cap off because I'm not going to be able to crit against stuff that's not weak against my element. So yeah, for bosses I'll use Finisher's Claw. For regular random enemies for AoE I use Fang of Ferocity. So, and then I use Giant's Club for physical potency. I don't know if I said that or not, but yeah, let's go show you guys real quick what it looks like. Now, Windswept is not AoE, so what I'm gonna be doing is using Particio as the dancer, And he is going to be a dancer because he's going to use Seal Tease Seduction, which gives me AoE. And that's why he is also a step ahead, so he can do his... hopefully he does his thing
Let's play.
before me. If I go first, then I just defend. So, alright, since he went first, I'm going to use my latent power. Then I'm going to use Seal Tease on him. Now he is ready. He's got his AoE. I'm going to defend so I can have another BP. Just going to defend with him. And then, well, I'll defend again. Then, go into Windswept. And it'll be AoE, and it's a wind-based attack. Okay, it's not going to do that much damage because it's not nighttime right now. I didn't switch to nighttime, so you're not going to see like big numbers right now. But if I go and I switch to nighttime, like I was supposed to, I just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I'll get a lot more damage.
Let's play.
Because they're getting a debuff and I'm getting buffs. So I'm gonna defend again.
Don't underestimate me.
And I'm gonna use Seal Tease. And defend. I'm gonna defend again. And we can use our Windswept. I don't think the wind damage is gonna do 9/9. Yeah, it's not gonna do. And to be able to get the wind damage up there and like to cap off, you're gonna have to either break the enemy or use Throne A and use her critical scope move if you want to cap off on the wind damage. So yeah, that's the Windswept. So let's go into the Purgatory move. And then at the end, I'll show you guys where to get all these skills too. So for Purgatory, this one's really nice. I recommend this one for like people who are just getting into like a build like this, an elemental build, because this does not require much to get this to do max damage, because it deals heavy fire-based damage. And I know it says 3 times, but it does not do it 3 times. They lied. It's only 1 time, guys. Only 1. Now this is actually a really great skill because it's so easy to scale up and you don't need much. So for that, I take off you don't need the Giant's Club. I go to a fire based potency sword, and then I switch off into the fire glaive, and then I keep Moon Eater on because it has fire potency, which is good. I should still be capped. I honestly should load up one of my other saves where I have lower elemental, because actually I think I can take off I could probably take this off, so that'll lower my elemental, and I could still show you guys that it still caps off at, oh well, it's still, so I'm down about 93 element. Alright, let me showcase that. And since I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the fire damage on the mobs, I'm going to switch off Finisher's Claws with Fang of Ferocity. So the more I boost up, the more damage I get. And then, yeah, I think that's it. It's nighttime, and let me show you guys this. This one's pretty nice because it's quick. You don't have to do anything special. It already has AoE. We'll just defend. Defend again. It should do max damage. Pretty sure. Okay, it was close. It was like 3,000 less than cap. Not too bad. Not too bad. And that was with, you know, I didn't break the enemies. They still have full shield and everything, and it was max damage pretty much. And I wasn't capped off on the elemental attack. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what, if you guys don't have Fire Dragon's Glaive, you guys can actually use a cheaper alternative, which is the Scorched Bone Spear. And the Moon Eater, you guys can get this after Throne's main quest, so that's when you're able to get this. For the Fire Starter and the Scorched Bone Spear, you can get the Scorched Bone Spear at the Quicksand. Someone told me that you say this like jail. Quicksand Jail. That's what they said, okay? And then you can get the Fire Starter at the Eastern Coup Sands in a chest. Both of them are in a chest. So yeah, that's it for the fire move. Like I said, it doesn't take too much to get it to cap it. So the other skill would be Compound Formula. This one's a little tricky because it requires fire, light, and dark. But the good thing about this one is it's actually my favorite one out of all these. Is it's AoE, so you're doing 3 skills that are AoE. So in order to set this one up, we keep all this. So fire, but what was it? Light and dark? Oh yeah, light and dark. So what we're gonna have to do is switch to the Sun Shadow Staff because it gets light and dark based potency. So that's light and dark. Now we can't really do anything for bows because there's nothing really, but for axes we can actually get a little bit of dark. So what I recommend is a Dark Slasher. You can get the Sun Shadow Staff from a quest, and I'll link it in the description. Dark Slasher you can get from the Forsaken Graveyard in a chest. And then, so yeah, we got our fire, and then we got our dark, and then we got some dark and 1 light. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cap off on our light damage. It's just, you know, there's nothing else that we can really use to boost our light damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup that I use for that. I'll show you guys like how that actually works. Since it's AoE, we don't need to use Seal Tige. So it looks like we'll do a little bit of damage to that lizard dude because he's weak against dark, so that's good. But yeah, let me show you guys here. Go to Compound Formula, so it's fire, light, and then dark. Oh wait, let me defend one more time so I can get 1 more BP. Okay, there we go. Compound Formula. Pretty nice. Now you could cap off on the damage if you use Throne. Actually, I should probably show you guys how much damage, like a difference in damage is when you actually use Critical Scope. So I'll show you guys real quick. So what we're gonna do, oh, unfortunately she went first. But I think that's alright. I think we can fix this. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll use Seal Tige on Throne. Then we'll just do a random attack, because he's gonna go anyways next turn. Now we can just defend. Then we can use our Critical Scope. Oh, did I accidentally kill that guy? Oops. Oh well. Alright, now I'll use Critical Formula. Now you'll notice that we did like 50,000, 60,000, like another 60,000 last time, so should see a lot bigger numbers than that.
How's this?
Yeah, 89, 60, 75.
Still have much to learn.
Definitely bigger numbers than last time. So yeah, that's how you can squeeze in a little bit more DPS. And of course, if they were actually weak to all those elements, then yeah, it would cap off on that. So yeah, that is how you set up compound formula. And so let's do Soulstone Platter. Now this does fire, ice, and lightning, but it's only single target, which kind of is a bummer, but it's still powerful nonetheless. So let's show you guys how I set that up. So fire, was it cold and something else? So to get cold and lightning, we can use the battle tested axe. For cold, you can use absolute zero bow. And for the staff, we can use bellowing baton for lightning. You get this at the end of Agnia's quest, her full story, but there is an alternative that you guys can use, which is really easy to get to. The Thunder Mace. If I remember correctly, the Thunder Mace is in a chest in the lair of the Usurper. And as far as the bow, you can actually get the bow through Ochet's story at the Sacred Peak. And of course, I have many videos on the battle tested axe. Check it out. I already covered fire starter, scorch. Okay, so that's our fire. We actually have probably a little too much fire. We got lightning on that, and we got cold on this. We could balance it out a little bit, where we get even more cold. We can get a little bit more cold with Guardian's Ice Blade. So it's up to you. I mean, you can either get 3 cold, or you can get 3 fire. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do it. Unfortunately, we can't really cap off on lightning, because we only can get Thunder Mace and then battle tested axe for lightning. But yeah, actually, I could have got that last attack. I could have got more damage if I switched off to Finisher's Claws, because when she does her crit scope, I'm always gonna crit, so I can take advantage of Finisher's Claws. But oh well, that's my bad. So what are we gonna be at when we have Ice Blade? We're only gonna be at 609 elemental attack. We're going to be at 958 with the Moon Eater. Okay. So, what we're going to want to do here is we're going to have to give him AoE, so we're going to have to use Seal Tease again. So, with defend, give him Seal Tease. Hopefully I have enough mana. I wasn't paying attention to my mana.
Ready?
I can still fight.
Boom, 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 boom.
I fight for my friends. How's this? Good. For the pride of Ku.
And that's how you do that. Now you could have got more damage if you used critical scope or broke them. So that is how I set up for the Soulstone Platter. It's pretty fun. My favorite, of course, is Compound Formula, because that already has AoE. Now, Crimson Slash is pretty fun early on, so if you guys can get this, you can actually get this from a merchant, secret merchant, that is right in here, the Southern Ku Sands. You gotta battle an NPC, like, probably 6 or 7 times, and he'll be able to learn this skill from him. But oh yeah, that skill is gonna be fire based. It follows up. It's a strong sword attack, and it follows it up with a basic fire damage attack. It's not that powerful, but it's nice to take. You can take advantage of like your elemental build a little bit with that. But for this, I switch off into the Giant's Club because we're gonna be doing a physical base attack. So what I do is I use the battle tested blade to boost my physical, and then we keep the fire, because we're going to need fire, so fire, fire. You probably could get away with, if you're capped off on your physical attack, you could get away with using the fire starter, which I kind of recommend this anyways. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do. If you don't have that much physical, then switch off into the battle tested blade. But if you're capped off on your physical, then switch over to the fire starter. Because then your fire up of your fire skill is, well, your follow up of your fire skill is gonna be doing more damage. So yeah, let me show you how that works. I am actually gonna switch over to the Fang of Ferocity for this one, because it already does an AoE attack, I believe. Yeah, to all foes. So, yeah, let's get on into. Actually, I'm gonna switch off into my. I'm gonna put this back on, that way I can show you guys like the full power of it. Get my elemental attack back up there to cap. Okay, so let me show you how this works. We're just gonna defend. We don't need to do anything special.
Ready? My turn.
Defend again. Actually, I could use critical scope, but whatever. Oh, it's predatory. So it's going to do a physical attack, and then it's going to follow up with a fire. And it's pretty fast, so I'm actually going to slow it down to 1 times speed. Because I was on 2 times, so we'll do 1 times right now.
How's this?
So pretty much capped off on physical, and then it followed up with 67,000 with the fire based afterwards. So pretty nice. It's pretty much. Oh, I gotta show you guys the spear build. I almost forgot about that. So for the spear build, you're gonna need. Where is May's spear? Oh, Thunder's Roar. And you get Thunder's Roar after Hikari's chapter at May's castle, and you can purchase it or steal it off of May afterwards inside the first area that you enter. But the cool thing about this is it deals an additional lightning damage to target when you use your regular attack. So this is pretty nice. So you're going to be doing a lightning based damage after your regular attack. Now, this is why I said I have Temenos as a conjurer, because he can give a rune buff to Hikari, and you can only have 1 rune buff at a time. You can't have multiple of them. Trust me, I tried. I wish I could. But since we're going to be doing a wind based damage, first off, we're gonna do Bellow Baton for the lightning damage that we're gonna be doing, and then since we're gonna be doing wind damage, I'm gonna be doing where's the tornado bow? Okay, there it is, tornado bow. Okay, then we have the battle tested for the lightning, and then we got the Moon Eater for wind, right here. And I think swords, I don't think we need anything for swords. I think we're good. Because there's no lightning or wind swords. There's just fire and like ice, and I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to worry about the swords. And so yeah, we'll have Finisher's Claw and Elpion's Amulet. And make sure everybody's got SP. Oh, for this, we have to change Particio to the Cleric if we want AoE. And since it's a normal attack, we want Hikari to go twice. So we're going to be using Elfric's Blessing. That way we can go a second turn at the end of that turn. So yeah, let me show you guys what that actually looks like. Hopefully the turn orders go in my favor, so let me show you guys.
My turn.
Oh, and you also are gonna have to have Hikari's EX skill for this. So yeah. Alright, so we're gonna defend with Throne. She's not gonna do anything. Then we're gonna use Alfred's Blessing on Hikari.
Very well.
And then we're gonna use Conjure ability, which gives a Wind Rune buff. Basically, it just follows it up your normal attack with a wind-based attack at the end of the hit. So,
Wind whips around.
give that to Hikari. And for this, we don't need to charge up or anything, no BP or anything like that. So, we're gonna go into his warrior skills. We're gonna use Ultimate Stance to extend the reach of our normal attacks to AoE. So we'll do that right now. And since we have Elfrix, we can go again right after. Then I'm gonna switch to my spear. And I'm gonna do a basic attack. And when I do my basic attack, it's gonna follow it up with a lightning damage and then a wind damage afterwards.
There's no need for flat.
Okay, I just one hit them. That's I couldn't even get to see the oh my gosh. Let's go against stronger enemies, I guess. We're gonna use his spear attack.
Who's next? I still
Oh,
left
you
much
got to see one of the pursuits land. But there was another follow-up attack that could have landed, but they died before that happened. Alright, so let me show you guys where to actually get these skills. So for Purgatory, you can get at Stormhail, and you gotta go inside here, the headquarters. And that'll be from, I think, this guard right here. Nope, that's two. It's one of these guys. Okay, yeah, that guy has Purgatory. Alright, for the skill Compound Formula, you can get that from this scholar dude right here. He's got Compound Formula. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, he's in Mountain Wise, by the way. Alright, then for the Soulstone Platter, come on down to Wellgrove and then go into the department store. Department store opens up after you complete Perticio's chapter. And then upstairs, and I believe it's this guy right here. Yep, Soulstone Platter. Dun, dun, dun. Then for Crimson Slash, you can get that at the Southern Coup Sands from this NPC right here. And I have a video on this NPC right here. You're gonna have to battle him a few times to increase his, basically his rank. So I'll put a link in the description. And yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff you can take from him as well. So you might want to watch that video before you actually do this guy. You get that at Montwise at the arena from Uranus, I believe is her name. And you'll have to do a quest in order to unlock her. You gotta do I'll put a link in the description, but it's the arena champion or whatever it's called. But talk to Uranus, and she will have the Windswept Slash that you can learn from her. Pretty good move, I love it, because it's a physical based attack, and then it follows it up with 2 wind elemental attacks afterwards. I like it, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, that is how you get all these skills. Also, to note on Purgatory, you can't use, I've already tested this, but if you guys try using Sona Truth, that is not going to work. also, if you guys try using what's that called again? Alphon's Wisdom to try and get three bursts out of it, it's not gonna work. I already tried it. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. I know. That skill would be so good if it actually hit 3 times, because it's so good, but it only hits 1 time. It's like, no, come on. It's like, why you do this to me? I was so excited when I saw this, and I was like, ooh, it hits 3 times, and it's heavy fire based. It's gonna be a juicer, but no, it only hits once, and I can't buff it, and you can't use the Stone of Truth or whatever on it. So it's a one time and go kind of skill, but I still recommend it because it hits hard and you don't really have to invest too much yeah, you don't have to invest too much to actually get the damage to be scaled up. So that's why I have it on here. But yeah, I definitely recommend Compound Formula. It's my favorite one. So yeah, that is it, guys. Hopefully you guys learned a lot of things. If I missed something, I'm really sorry. Just let me know in the comments. I'll try and help you guys out as best I can. And yeah, you guys all have a great day and take it easy. See ya.
Elephant, lend me your smarts.
Can still fight. Not this. I'll end this. Allow me.